Hey guys, welcome back to Boots and Betty Homestead, and this is my first big video that I'm putting together for the collaboration for Three Rivers Homestead, the Three Rivers Pantry Challenge. I didn't do it the first week, like all together for 1 week. I did put out a couple of meal videos or recipe videos last week. You can go back and watch them. And this week I'm going to try my best, because I know it's going to be hard. I'm going to try my best to video every single meal that I make. Now, the way we eat, the schedule we eat on, and the way I cook, it's probably going to be a lot different than a lot of people. Because the kids are going to be at school. It's just going to be me and Steven here for most of the week. Our big meal is going to be our supper. So breakfast and lunch are kind of thrown together, kind of whatever I have or whatever idea I can come up with what I have on hand. I cook like that anyway, so I just wanted to bring you some different ideas that you may not think about. And this is Sunday, and this is January 9th. It is supper time, so I will tell you, for breakfast, all I did was just fried some eggs, and I had some Polish sausage left over. I just fried it up, and that was what we had for breakfast right before church. And then we were gone most of the day, so we had lunch away from home, and now it's supper time. And Logan has requested chicken alfredo because we haven't had that in a while. So I've got the stuff in there that is ready for that to be made. I will show you kind of how I make mine. Not a whole video on how to, but just real quick on the ingredients and kind of how I put it together. I have no menu for the week whatsoever. We are going to be going to the freezer. We are going to be shopping in the pantry. We're going to be doing everything we normally do, and I want to bring you along to do that. So let's go ahead and go in the kitchen and get tonight's suppers fixed. Okay, so I didn't have any alfredo or fettuccine noodles. We're going to be using some garden rotini that we've had just in the pantry sitting around. I've already got my pot ready here. I'm going to go ahead and pour these in. And then I am going to let the steam get out of that. I am going to get my Instapot out, and I'm going to cook probably 3 or 4 chicken breasts in the Instapot. Well, I may do more because I may use a couple things, during the week or whatever with the chicken in it. And I'm also going to be doing some prep for the week, and I will kind of show you how I'm going to be prepping. Mostly vegetables, just to have them ready just to throw and go kind of thing. Throw in the skillet for breakfast or to use during supper times or whatever. I'll kind of show you what I've got, because I do have to buy fresh vegetables for what I don't have. I do have, I have to buy my head cabbage right now. I have my own radishes, my own broccoli and stuff like that that's in the garden that we're going to be using and implementing in our meals. Everything else will be coming out of the pantry in there. And I do have to buy my dairy products, the milk and cheese, sour cream. Well, no, I make my own sour cream. It's fermented. But I have to buy the whipping cream to make it, and cream cheese and butter and all that stuff. But what I do is I do buy a whole bunch at one time in bulk, like the butter and the cream cheese, and I put them in the freezer. So I don't have to buy them for a while now, because we just went and stocked up because we were actually out. As of New Year's, we were out. I went to go fix something and didn't have it. So we went ahead and already had that stocked up. So let me finish up this meal, and then we will go ahead and jump into meal prep for the week. Okay, so in the Instapot, I'm going to put in a cup of water, and then I'm just going to lay in here, probably, let's go ahead and do, let's see what fits. 4, 5, 6, 7, and a little one. Right at 8. So put a cup in here, a cup of water in here, or if you have some extra broth that you want to use up, you can put that in here as well. And then we are going to put this on manual, on high, do a pressure cook for, we'll do it for 14 minutes. So now my noodles are done. I'm going to go ahead and drain them out, and then I'm going to use that same pot to make my sauce in. Now I do the Six Sisters skinny alfredo sauce. I do kind of a variety or a version of my own. I'm going to thinly slice some onions. I'm going to cook it in a stick of butter and do 1 block of cream cheese. And then if I need to, then I can pour in a little bit of milk once I get that all cooked down, and to kind of thin it out just a little bit. And then all I'll do is just shred up my chicken, just mix it all together with the noodles and the sauce in the same pan. And then that's all I'm going to do, other than seeing whatever vegetable they want that we'll have in the pantry, whether it's green beans or corn or something like that, black-eyed peas, pink-eyed peas, whatever. I'll see what they want to eat, and then we'll just throw that with it, and that'll be our meal for tonight. And then we can move on to meal prep for the week. Okay guys, this is what I was talking about with my chicken breast. Now the water inside the Instapot, I will save and put it in either a jar if I'm going to use it this week, or I'll put it in a bag and put it in the freezer. And if I get several bags or get enough in there, then I might go ahead and pressure can it later on after I get a few bags, or I see that I'm not going to use it up very quickly. Then I can go ahead and pressure can it and get it out of my freezer. So that's just a little tidbit that I do. So here is my chicken that we got out of the Instapot, and I just got it out with my tongs here and kind of broke it up. And what I do is I use a mixer with just the regular mixing blades on here. Tip of advice: if you're going to do this, make sure you have a big bowl, because you see I don't have very much chicken in there, but I've got a bigger bowl than what's needed. Cover your arm up if you're going to do this when it's hot, because whenever you start going and using the mixer, it can sling chicken around. You don't want to get burned. Just for you curious people, there's my shredded chicken that I do with my hand mixer. I'm going to use probably 1/3 of this in our meal tonight, and then I'm just going to let this cool down and put it in the refrigerator, and we'll use it again later this week. So keep your eyes open, see what else we're going to do with this chicken. Alright, day 2, Monday morning. It's 11:30 now, and so we are going to do a brunch meal. So we're just going to have basically two meals today. We're going to do our brunch, and then if we need some snacks or whatever, we can do snack, and then we'll do our main supper tonight. For breakfast, I'm just going to go see what vegetables I have in the refrigerator and just do a farm fresh style kind of skillet for breakfast, I guess you could say. And you could do it for any meal, but I'm doing it for breakfast this morning. Well, for lunch, it's 11:30. So, had a couple meetings this morning. And so, let's go to the refrigerator. I'm going to see what I got. I'll show you what I end up having, and then kind of show you just how I put it together. Okay, so some of the items that I found. We have a yellow squash, a zucchini squash. We have radishes from our own garden. And I bought some sausage because pork is one of the things that we don't have on our farm. So I have several of those in the freezer, and I just kind of get them out and use them as I need them. And you don't have to put sausage in it. You could actually do really any kind of meat. I would stick with like your ground beef, your sausage, Polish sausage, bacon, anything like that. Chicken, I'm sure you could. You could probably add some different spices, make it Italian or something like that, and actually have it for supper if you want to do a dish like this. It's so versatile. But I tell you, I started doing a dish like this when we did the keto diet. And one of the things I found was the sweet kale salad mix. Now, I have taken a picture of that since I started using it. I took a picture of the ingredients, and I'm starting to grow everything this year that actually goes in that. But I started doing that because you can cook your sausage, breakfast sausage, or whatever kind of meat you want to use, and then throw that bag into the skillet with it, and that is actually a keto-friendly breakfast that I found at one point. So from there, then I kind of mixed my okay dish that I have a video on with doing the sweet kale. Kind of combine the two, and this is how I come up with this kind of dish that I've been doing here lately. And I'm going to go ahead and make a big batch of this, so that way I don't have to cook maybe tomorrow morning, and all I got to do is put it back in the skillet and just reheat it. So I'm going to be putting quite a bit of stuff in here. And here is a whole bunch of mustards and greens and all kinds of good stuff that I got out of the garden. Now in here, I did a video on storing your greens or your lettuces to keep them crispy. This is how you do it. I will link the video. And so we are going to put some of those green goodies in there. I have mustard and purple mustard and Swiss chard. I think that's all I've got rolled up in here. So we'll chop those up, put those in, and then I've got a couple of potatoes I'm going to put in here. I've got to go get them out of the pantry. A couple of potatoes. You can do red or white or any kind of potato. You can do sweet potato if you'd like. And you can also mix potatoes. You can do a white one and a sweet one. Whatever you want to do. This is your recipe. So I'm going to get this put together. As you see, I did not get to meal prepping last night, so I'm going to have to do that tonight, get everything already cut up and ready to go, so I'm not having to do it as I go per meal. So I'm going to get this thrown together, and I will jump to the end and show you what it looks like. So here is our finished product. I ended up frying the sausage first, putting in the sweet potatoes, putting in the white potatoes, and let them cook for a little bit, probably 5 minutes or so. Then I put the radishes in, let them cook another 5 minutes. And then I put the squashes in last, the yellow and the zucchini. I put those in last because they were the softest. They don't take as long. And then I covered it. And I kind of just steamed everything together. That took probably another 5 minutes. And then I put salt, pepper, rosemary, and oregano in here. Just kind of just shook it in my hand. Just sprinkled it in there. And so that was the finished product. Back here, I've got some scrambled eggs because I didn't want to put them. You can do this if you're just fixing just a small batch. You can scramble your eggs in with this. But since I'm hoping this is going to last us a couple of days, like today and tomorrow, then I made some fresh eggs back here that I just scrambled. I'm going to put this in the bowl, put the eggs on top, and then you can top it with any kind of cheeses or whatever you want. That's all up to you. Now, also in this, I wanted to say, you can do this for seasonal vegetables. Once you do your sausages, then like say in the wintertime, fall, spring, you can do Brussels sprouts, cabbages, broccolis, anything like that. Your greens, your mustard greens, you can do this as a seasonal dish. And then in the summertime, you can do your okra and your squashes. You can even do tomatoes. You can do like green tomatoes. You can do something like that. And that would be more of the okay dish. And I'll try to link that also in one of the cards. There is a dish called okay where you make during the summertime, which is the same thing. And you can add different meats as well, or just do it meatless and just have vegetables. So this is a really versatile dish. And we're going to go ahead and plate it up and enjoy this. And we'll see you for supper time. Okay, so we are doing supper time now, and Emma cooked supper tonight. She's using her grandmother's potato soup recipe, so we're using our potatoes out of the floor baskets. We have a bunch of baskets sitting down here that we've got to get potatoes used up. So she did potato soup. You want to tell them what was in it, because we were doing a live while she was in here cooking. So
well, there's only 3 ingredients. There is potatoes, obviously.
Peeled and diced.
Chicken broth, and the secret ingredient, cream cheese.
She puts cream cheese in everything, doesn't she?
Most people put milk in it, but Mimi puts cream cheese in hers.
Okay.
That's it.
Alright, so she's going to get it served up, and then we're going to eat supper, and we will see y'all in the morning sometime for breakfast. Okay, so I'll show you our soup real quick that she made. Looks good. Now, you can, You can do like crackers or cornbread or whatever you want to in it. She's got cheese out, and you can also put even a little bit of sour cream in it, or bacon bits. You can fix it up. Here, I'll bend it down.
I like cheese, so that's not much.
And you can fix it up any way you want to. You can even put some different spices in it if you would like. But like I said, cheese, sour cream, bacon bits, kind of like a loaded baked potato soup. You can do that if you have any of that on hand that you need to use up. Any kind of flavor, spices or whatever. She just did simple salt and pepper. I did go ahead and add a little bit of the mashed potato flakes just to help thicken it up a little bit. Because we got some bellies around here that need the substance to be able to fill them up. So we went ahead and added a little bit of the potato flakes just to thicken it up a little bit. Okay, now we'll see you tomorrow morning. Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday morning, so we're going to start with breakfast, and I'm going to use the leftovers that we made yesterday with the sausage and all the vegetables. I'm going to reheat them in my skillet, and since this is day 2, I can go ahead and warm all of it up. I had just this much left, but I can split this between me and Steven. And I'm going to go ahead and add the eggs in here and scramble it all together, boil it up, and then just put some cheese on top of it. And then that will take care of this meal. I got 2 meals, fixing it once and then reheating it on the second day. And so we're going to eat breakfast real quick, and then we will move on to lunch shortly. I feel like I'm in the kitchen like all the time with you guys right now. I've never had a video every single meal I've eaten. But as part of the meal prep that I haven't actually gotten to, I already had some lettuce already pre-cut from the weekend. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of that. Steven is wanting a salad. I'm not hungry, so I'm not going to eat yet. If I want something later, I can eat some bananas or something. Or an apple or whatever. So I'm going to fix him a salad. And as you've seen, part of the meal prep, or you may see, I don't know where I'm going to stick it just yet. We did a part of the meal prep, which was shredding our own cheese. Now, we learned back when we were on keto that the pre-shredded bought bag cheese has this flour stuff on it to keep it from not sticking together, which is not keto friendly. So we started shredding up our own cheese. Battery dead. So as I was saying, so we buy the block cheese and we shred our own cheese. So usually as a weekly prep, we go ahead and just shred either 1 or 2 1-pound blocks. Good gravy. And then we just use them for whatever meals. And if you don't shred your own cheese, it is so much better. It melts so much better, tastes so much better. And I would encourage you to start shredding your own cheese if you don't already. And then as part of what we have already made and what we're trying to use up, here's the shredded chicken from the chicken alfredo we made Sunday. And I'm going to put that in here as well. Not the oil. And it's out of season, so I bought some little cherry tomatoes to go in the salads and some bacon bits. Only thing I don't have right now is boiled eggs, and I just didn't make any for the week, and so he's just not going to get boiled eggs at the moment. When I fix mine, I put cucumbers on it. I did buy some cucumbers the other day since they're out of season here. And And if you like, you know, raw radishes or turnips or anything like that, you can put all of that on here. But this is just a simple salad that I'm doing for his lunch, and I may make me a small one later or something. But being at home all the time, you can just kind of eat whenever you get hungry or whatever. So I'm going to get this made, and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so here we've got Steven's salad. Yummy. Now you'll see throughout the week, most of our lunches are going to be either salads or leftovers. That's just because I usually fix supper every night. And if I don't fix supper and we have a lot of leftovers, then that's what we do, is leftovers instead. So I don't technically have to cook a whole heck of a lot throughout the day, mostly just suppers or, you know, maybe just a breakfast. But if you will double or triple the amount of stuff you're cooking, you don't have to cook as much. Now I know some people don't like leftovers, and you know, that's just personal preference, but it works here with us being able to just reheat it and eat it and not have the refrigerator just full of stuff all the time. So anyways, here's his salad. One thing I did do is I have some taco seasoning up there in the cabinet, and when I heated the chicken up, I went ahead and just sprinkled some taco seasoning on it, so he's got just a little bit of a taco flavored chicken on the salad. So this is done for him, and I will see you back at supper. Okay, so it is Tuesday night. Tonight we are doing crab rangoons. I don't even know how you say that. You know, the mini wontons. We're doing that. That's going to be the crab and cream cheese and the little wontons. We are doing them in the air fryer. Now I'm also going to have the full recipe for that on next.
It's still hot.
It's still warm, yes. We just used it to warm up some fish in for Logan. So if you want the full recipe for the crab rangoons, then it will be next Friday on my air fryer Friday video. And I'm also going to be fixing, she's going to do that one as like the main dish kind of thing that has the meat and everything in it. I'm going to be doing the egg roll in a bowl kind of thing. What's it called? Cracked chicken or something?
No, cracked chicken is not that.
It's something else.
Oh.
It's something else. I've got a video on it, and I'll either post it here in the iCard or I'll post it down below. But it's egg roll, deconstructed egg rolls or egg roll in a bowl. I'm going to do that as the vegetable side. And maybe because right now it's cabbage season and carrot season. So that's what we're trying to use, seasonal things. And also I'm going to fix enough for us tomorrow. Maybe we can put some chicken in it and then just have the actual egg roll in a bowl, being a chicken egg roll for me and Steven for lunch. So we're going to get started on that, and we will show you what it looks like here shortly. Here's our meal for tonight. And I've got plenty leftover egg roll in a bowl that I'm going to throw some of that leftover chicken in for tomorrow, maybe for lunch or something like that. So we'll see you in the morning for breakfast. Good morning, everyone. And it is Wednesday morning. So nothing new this morning. I'm going to go ahead and finish off the rest of the breakfast that we had. The sausage, the squash, the radishes, all that good stuff. We're going to go ahead and finish that off. I'm just reheating it on the stove again, topping it with cheese, and then hopefully we'll finish this off. And I can fix something different tomorrow. I could save this for another day and then make something else that we could eat for a couple of days. Which it doesn't matter. It's just me and Steven. We can eat the same breakfast. It doesn't matter. And this is more time compatible, I guess you could say, with my work. So I can just come in here, warm this up on my break, and then we can eat this. So I'm going to go ahead and do this and get it in bowls. We're just going to do leftovers for breakfast. And I'm just going to warm this up and we're going to eat this. And then I'll bring you back for lunch. Hey guys, and we are at supper time. Sorry I didn't film lunch. But lunch was actually just chicken and turkey deli sliced sandwiches on our whole wheat bread that we buy from the store. I'm going to be getting into making our bread again, but we just don't eat a whole lot, so we kind of just buy it as we need it here lately. So tonight we're going to do spaghetti because Logan wants some spaghetti. So we have our homemade spaghetti sauce here. I've got to finish up what I made last year. And then we've got our deer meat that we packaged. Emma killed and we packaged it, processed it ourselves. And then we've got spaghetti noodles, and that's going to be for the spaghetti. And then as a side, we either have green beans or corn. Now, the spaghetti and the corn were free because they were donated to us because there was a local food bank that had extra food, and they said come get it, so we went and got it. So we made the spaghetti sauce, killed and processed the deer ourselves, and then we've got the spaghetti and the corn donated to us. So this is going to be a free meal, and I'm using some of the pantry items as well, and the deer come out of the freezer. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. You guys know how to make spaghetti. Now the way I do is I'm going to cook the meat first. Once the meat is draining, then I'm going to cook the noodles and then put everything back in the pot and just warm up the corn. No big deal, but I'll show you what it looks like in a second. All right, there is supper. We got spaghetti and corn. And then we have a choice of cheddar cheese or Parmesan cheese. And then back there on the stove, right there, is some garlic bread. Okay guys, we'll see you in the morning for breakfast. Good morning guys, it is Thursday morning and time for breakfast. So this morning I am going to make a quick breakfast for omelets, and Steven's going to have to hit the door running. So I'm going to go ahead and throw these together real quick. What I'm doing is I'm going to scramble, I'm going to beat 2 eggs in a bowl, and then go ahead and heat my pan, pour those in there. And then as those are starting to set on the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and put in some bacon bits. And I've got some turkey breast here. You can use chicken, ham, or whatever your favorite is. And then I've got some Swiss chard here that I'm going to kind of mix in with the eggs and let them cook down just a little bit. And then I've got some shredded cheese. So all of that's going to go on top. Once it sets a little bit, then I'll fold it in half and kind of flip it back and forth a couple of times. Just not to get one side browner than the other, not to let it burn. But we've got to get the insides cooked. Now a lot of people see, where they pull the eggs back away from the side and then kind of let that run around. You can do that if you want. It all depends on how much of the egg you've got to get cooked, the size of your pan, and that kind of thing. Because with 2 eggs in this, probably, it's a 10-inch pan. 2 eggs in it, it does stay pretty thick, but I can get it cooked all the way through on like medium to medium high heat without it getting, too brown or anything like that. So once I fold it in half, then I'll just plate it up, and sometimes I'll just sprinkle a little extra cheese on top. You can do that or whatever. But you can throw anything you want to in here. One of my favorites to do is also broccoli with black beans. You can sprinkle a little cumin on there. Really just whatever you have in the refrigerator, you can throw in here. You can put in carrots. You can, do whatever you want to. And just kind of use what you got in the refrigerator. You can put corn in it, whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and get this done so I can get him fed and get him out the door. breakfast is served. So we're fixing to eat, and then we will see you at lunchtime. Okay, so lunchtime today. It is just me here by myself. Kids are at school. Steven is gone to go help a friend. So I'm not going to do anything spectacular. I'm just going to eat some leftovers. I'm going to do some spaghetti and some green beans that I had left over, because I want to save the corn that we had last night with the spaghetti for another recipe that we've got to still use that shredded up chicken for, which will probably be tonight because the refrigerator's kind of getting full. I do tend to notice that whenever I do food prep and use a lot of vegetables, the refrigerator stays full all the time, and the leftovers just top it off. So instead of, because I debated on whether to eat spaghetti or whether to go get some of my cabbage soup from over there. And I was like, well, I'm going to leave that on the shelf because I may need that later. I'm going to go ahead and use what we need to get rid of first, which will be the leftovers. And I will use some of the vegetables and stuff that I have already prepped while I was cooking during the week in other dishes. Now, I told you guys earlier in the video, I think it was on Sunday, that I usually do one meal prep session on Sundays, which I usually do. I did not get to it this week, and sometimes that happens. So as I'm getting stuff up and out during the week and cooking with it, I'll go ahead and just do a whole lot of it. Like the cabbage, I went ahead and shredded 2 heads of cabbage. I did all the carrots, when I was cooking it the other night. So I now have that ready for the rest of this week and the beginning of next week, where I can go ahead and use those items. So that's what's taking up some room in the refrigerator. Tomorrow night is probably going to be a leftover night. So I'm going to eat what I'm going to eat for lunch. And then if the kids don't want supper tonight, there's still a little bit left over in the refrigerator. They can have either tonight or tomorrow night. And then for the weekend, we usually go ahead and try to clear out the refrigerator. Anything left over we can't reuse and that we're not going to eat, we give to the chickens. And I'll go over all that later. So for right now, I am just doing spaghetti and green beans. For lunch, I may do a piece or 2 of garlic bread or something, just to eat, with it, just because that's something that I like. So that's all lunch is today, and I will see you soon for supper. Okay, for supper tonight, Logan wanted pizza. So I have already made the pizza crust. I dropped it on the floor. And you can find the pizza crust recipe in the link below, or you can go back and watch my air fryer pretzel video, which also has the link for the pizza crust in it. And I've already got it all rolled out and on some parchment paper. So we're just going to put this together and then throw it in the oven. And tonight we are using our homemade spaghetti sauce, pizza sauce. And we have Emma's ground deer. And then we've got some pepperoni, bacon, and cheese. And that's all going to go on there, go in the oven, and cook for about 10 to 15 minutes on 350. And I will show you what it looks like when it comes out. Alright. Here's a pizza. Yummy, yummy. Cut away. Got a bunch of pieces. I usually just third that way.
I was cutting pieces for you, thought. I'm a professional.
Crooked and all.
Hey, don't judge the cut.
Good morning, everybody. Friday morning. I'm making sausage casserole. And all we do for this, you're going to brown some sausage, add a block of cream cheese, melt it together once the sausage is cooked, and then we preheat the oven to 350. Casserole dish, with a layer of crescent rolls on the bottom. Now you can use the crescent rolls or you can use the sheets. Put your sausage cream cheese down on it, and then put another layer of crescent rolls or crescent sheets on top, and then bake it until it's golden brown. Well, that's breakfast, and we'll see you back for lunch. Hope you enjoyed. Good Sunday morning to you guys. Okay, so if you've been keeping up, I skipped a couple of days. So I think what you guys saw last Friday morning, we had sausage casserole. I didn't do anything really for lunch. I just had a sandwich. And then Friday night we had pizza. Saturday, we had some friends over. Saturday, we had friends over Friday night and Saturday. And so Saturday morning, we woke up and, that was yesterday morning, we had bacon and sweet cream pancakes. And then we had Mexican. We went out and ate Mexican whenever we took them home. And so today, Emma is making her oatmeal muffins. Oatmeal applesauce muffins. I will have a link to that below in the meal description so you guys can check that out. And so she's making that this morning, and then we will see what the rest of the day holds. So one thing I forgot to mention, we do use our own applesauce that we can for this recipe, and our own fresh eggs, and our oatmeal or oats that we have stocked up in bulk in the pantry. She's using that as well. And what else? Then of course we have flour, sugar, and spices, all that stuff in the pantry. So she's going to finish this up and I'll show you what they look like. Alright, here is Emma's oatmeal applesauce muffins. And then we fix some Polish sausage to go with them. Now on these muffins, you can do some butter or syrup or jelly or whatever you want to put on them. They freeze really well as well. You can just put them in the freezer in bags and then get them out and heat them up in the microwave for like 30 seconds. And they do excellent. Alright guys, so this concludes the first week. Actually, the second week of the challenge, our first week of the challenge, because we started on the second week in January, of what we eat every day. And I'm going to try my best to continue to do this for you guys. I'll have the menu below, any links that we use. I'll have those recipes in there as well. And so for the rest of today, Sunday, we are going to do leftovers because we've got to clean out the refrigerator. And hopefully today, if there's any meal prep or anything I need to do, I will go ahead and do that this afternoon, and that'll be on next week's video. So stick around, check that out, and we will see you next time. Bye guys.